I think as far as our system and guys getting our system, we're getting there. We're still a work in progress. Continuity-wise, as a whole, I don't think we're where we want to be, obviously. But when you put in a new system, new guys, you have to expect there's going to be some type of bumps in the road. And we're no different from that.
When you talked about this a couple nights ago about just this team needs to play with more fire. How do you develop that fire? Because you have it obviously, but getting others and a lot of new guys to that Celtics type fire. How do you bring that about?
Habits. When we practice, man, we practice the way we play. Since I've been here, the coach has been to come in, bust your ass, come in here, do your job, know your role, do your role to the fullest, accept your role, and practice hard for 2 hours, 5 along we're going. And we're not going to change that coaching. But while I'm here, we're not going to change that coaching. And when I'm gone, that's another story. But for right now, this is the way we are. And I said the last 2 days we've been playing with an edge, and it's just about consistency, man. Years out, you guys make a lot of notes and probably have notes and new people here. But I've always worried about the consistency of this team and where we are with some of our habits. And when we stay with those consistencies, we're hard as shit to beat. When we get away from them, we're trash. And it's the simplest as that.
How are these new guys been about accepting their roles, which may be a little different from what they're used to in other places?
No, but Doc does a good job of displaying your role, telling you what you are, and what he needs you to be in the system, and it's up to you to accept it. And then, that's just what it is. After that, either you do or you don't. It's been that way since I've been here, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be that way as long as Doc is coach. There's no problems, man. This is a free-flowing offense, a free-flowing defense. Only thing the system asks is that you protect the next guy. So we've been doing that.
One thing that Doc also talks about is with you, your strength is that the fact that you're so unselfish, but also at times he maybe like to see you demand the ball a little bit more. How do you balance that, Kevin?
Well, one thing I try to, Doc Rivers is Doc Rivers. Kevin Garnett is Kevin Garnett, and I have to find a median and a balance between that. He's the captain. I listen to whatever he says. It's his ship. Within the flow of offense, I pick and choose. I try to use my discretion and IQ to when I have to be aggressive at times. Rondo Paul says something to me. I know it's a little more immediate, but other than that, I like to get the ball moving. Since I've been in the league, that's probably been my flaw, if you want to call it that. That I'm too unselfish. I think that's absurd, but who cares anyway? It's who I've been, and it's my makeup. So I've got 18 years in this now, and it's gotten me this far. So I've done a good job of balancing it out. This is November. We still have 50 more years and 50 more months to play. I've never been a fast starter, but a decent finisher, and I find the balance.